What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one, I want to talk a little bit about the injury report. This one coming a little later, both because the Rams are on the West Coast, so theirs comes out a little later, and had to get a workout in. I added some things over the last couple weeks. It took a little longer than I honestly expected it to, but nonetheless, we are here. We are getting it done. And of course, as usual, we're going to start with the Rams, where the Rams ended up actually having a development on theirs, but most of it's the same as it was yesterday. Rob Havenstein, really good right tackle for them. Still not practicing with the ankle, and we'll see how that goes. Will he practice Friday? He's a veteran. He may not even have to practice to be able to play, so we'll see what happens there. I'll continue to keep you guys updated as much as I possibly can. Just know I work my day job at night tomorrow, so the injury report is honestly probably going to be Saturday because I go the way it always works for me, Friday going into Saturday at my day job, just so we're clear going forward, is that injury reports will generally come out around 4 o'clock or so, but I'm at my day job on Friday, and then I turn around and work early on Saturday. So hard for me to really be able to get content out on that Friday night, Saturday morning, but I'll get you guys updates as soon as I possibly can. So make sure you guys, if you're not already, subscribe, have notifications on so you stay updated. But again, right tackle Rob Havenstein has not practiced this week with an ankle injury. Devontae Adams has not practiced with the hamstring injury, but I did see something today, and it was just an update on the Sleeper Fantasy Football app. Who knows where their sources are, how good that is. We'll see what happens. Again, I'll continue to keep you guys updated, but it seems like he's going to be able to play. Another one of those veteran guys, probably doesn't have to practice to be able to play Fridays or walkthroughs anyways. So we'll see what happens. Actually, I think Saturdays are walkthrough. I might be wrong there. But nonetheless, a veteran guy that doesn't have to practice to be able to play. So I'll continue to keep you guys updated there as well. Then you have Steve Avila, their starting left guard, also with an ankle injury, limited participant both days, so he'll probably be okay. And then the direct backup to him, backup offensive lineman Justin Dedich, with a chest injury, limited participant both days. Colby Parkinson, the backup tight end, shoulder injury, limited participant. He'll probably be able to go, but it's an interesting development with the tight end room because the one that popped up today was Tyler Higbee, who last time when we played the Rams in 2023, he was killing us. Just continuously moving the chain, big chunks of yardage. I believe it was 5 catches, 64 yards. He popped up on the injury report on Thursday with a hip injury. So definitely going to be paying attention to that. He's a big-time playmaker for them, right? We have Tyler Warren, who's been great for us, but Tyler Higbee's been at it for a while. He has a really good rapport with Matthew Stafford, so him not being in the lineup would really be a big deal. But seems like they'll probably have Colby Parkinson for what that's worth, and then they have a couple of guys that were limited on Wednesday that were full participants on Thursday, that being Braden Fisk, Cameron Kinchins, and those guys kind of expected them to be okay. They end up practicing fully. They're going to be good to go, so they're getting their reinforcements on defense. Everybody else is either limited or did not practice for their offense, right? All offensive guys for them. So we'll see what happens there. And then for the Colts, what do we have going on? Well, we have DeForest Buckner, who is limited with a back injury. He already said he's going to be able to play. This is the same back injury that in years past he pops up on injury reports with a back injury. He came out today in his media availability and said that through the years, him and the training staff have put together a really good plan to get him going and get him being able to be on the field with the back stuff that's going on. Now, this is a guy that's 6'7". Okay, 6'7", 85 pounds or whatever. He's a big dude, right? As somebody who's also pretty big guy, you guys may not know, I'm 6'5". I'm down to about 223 pounds. But for a while was at, 270, 275, 280. Definitely, being that size definitely takes its toll on the knees and on the back. And so I completely understand that. But it seems like he's obviously a top-tier athlete as well. A big difference between DeForest Buckner and me. But they have a plan. He's going to be good to go. Don't worry about that. Matt Goncalves did not practice, but yesterday on Wednesday he was in a boot. Today, not in a boot, which is great news. Now, How much of a great news is that? Who knows? Because Kenny Moore, we already know he's going to be out a little while. He was in a boot on Wednesday, not in a boot on Thursday. So we'll see what happens with Matt Gonsalves. Hope he's able to go with the toe injury. Not sure how bad it is, right? Is this turf toe? We've heard a lot about turf toe. We learned a lot about turf toe when Joe Burrow got his. High profile guy gets a really bad turf toe. We finally learned what turf toe really is, right? And it's a lot worse than it actually sounds. So I hope Matt Gonsalves is going to be all right. No real details about what's happening there. But again, I'll continue to keep you guys updated. Hope he's going to be able to go. Anthony Gould popped up with an illness, so he didn't practice on Thursday. We'll see. Is he able to get back on the field Friday? He's a depth piece. He's a returner. DJ Giddens, if I had to guess, DJ Giddens would probably be the one that steps in as the returner if he's out. That would just be my assumption. Not exactly sure, but we have Ashton Dulin back there anyways, which Ashton Dulin, great returner. If he's the one doing all the returning, perfectly fine with that. Xavier Howard was did not practice rest on Wednesday. He went back to practice on Thursday. Of course, Kenny Moore with his Achilles. He'll be out for a little while. Alec Pierce with the concussion, as expected, not practicing. Rigoberto Sanchez was back at practice after missing Wednesday with a personal matter. And then Braden Smith, this one, again, not many details coming out. Not a whole lot from Colts media on this. So interested to see what Shane Steichen says on Friday in his media availability, but Braden Smith was a limited participant on Thursday with a heel, and then Grover Stewart getting his weekly rest day. He did not practice on Thursday. So again, some big time injuries on both sides, big names on both sides, specifically on the offense for both teams. And then of course on defensive side, having Kenny Moore out is kind of painful, but nonetheless, getting Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton says he doesn't know if he's going to play the whole game, but he expects to play quite a bit. So I expect him to play a pretty big role. And again, him and Kenny Moore have been the best two slot guys in the league for 5, 6, 7 years. So feel good about our replacement for Kenny Moore in the meantime. And then when Kenny comes back, we have a really good depth piece. Of course, the team's going to have a hard decision to make, right? Who gets dropped down? I would assume it's going to be Jonathan Edwards, probably ends up on the practice squad in that case, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully we can get Mike Hilton to come in, play well enough that they don't feel the need to bring Kenny Moore back quickly, right? Whenever they feel good about Kenny Moore coming back, add a week or two on. Hopefully that's how good Mike Hilton is, and I believe he can be. So a lot of injuries to pay attention to on both sides. Again, I'm going to continue to update you guys as soon as I possibly can the way my day job works out. Just a reminder, won't be able to get that information to you guys tomorrow while I'm at work. It'll probably be Saturday once I'm done with my day job, just to be completely honest with you there. But I will get content to you guys tomorrow. We have the game preview on the Rams, and we're going to go over that. I'm going to want your guys' opinion. I'm going to want your guys' feedback. And, of course, I want your feedback here. How you feeling with the injuries we have? Do you feel like we still have a shot? I feel like we're a real team. I feel like we still have a shot despite who's out. I think the offense is good enough. I think the defense has the capabilities. And again, we'll go over a lot of things tomorrow. I've saved a lot of stuff. I've looked at a lot of stuff, a lot to talk about in the game preview. So if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.